again, another lockdown goalie. So I feel like we might be going into a lot more control than what we did last series at the very least.
Yeah, no, totally fair. I mean, the starting awakenings here being Size and Glass Cannon, both pretty good starting awakenings for a lot of different characters. I mean, look at all the Size that's already shown up here, though. Only one Glass Cannon, and like you said, 2 lockdown goalies. No eject button to be found, and that is going to be a significant lack of damage. We might actually be playing ball here with Showtime and Bunn Bunn Bonanza. We can see Lily Bunn already moving up as far as they can midfield, just waiting for that Fortress to show up. Got to strike the ball a couple more times, and they'll be able to hold the line. Nice weight there to get the ball right past Joker. Lily Bunn a little bit locked in there, though. Liari's going to take that speed gate with Xianzhu, but they're actually going to end up winning out here, though. Finally gets the Fortress, going to lock up that top side. A nice strike there from Barcode and Xianzhu is going to clear it out once again. 2 barriers still held by Bunn Bunn Bonanza. And look at this Dubu, who covers so much space. Scyther, the second they get their hands on that ball, is able to slice it right past Barcode. And Bunn Bunn Bonanza starting out nice and quick here, though. I do like the picks. Yeah, like you said, nice comfort pick coming in from Bunn Bunn Bonanza. And like the size of this Dubu is going to be able to hold these side lanes nicely.
Yeah, most definitely. They have a lot of pressure that they are exerting. In that first point as well, you saw Bunn Bunn just completely playing in the side of Showtime. Showtime not able to get the core out. This time around, it's a bit different. They do get 1 barrier, but and they almost get a second one here, actually. Joker has have to use the flip to stay alive, and the nice crooked leverage there will actually get the barrier out. Now Showtime, the team that is keeping up the pressure, as Bunn Bunn doing a good job defending, and this touch so crucial from Scyther 12 there to actually keep the point alive. Flip has to come out from Lily Bunn, and now Bunn Bunn trying to get these barriers off of Showtime. We'll see if they can do it.
Going to be a tough situation here, though, but the sheer size of this Duber from these Awakenings is actually going to make the somersault that much bigger, and it's going to clip the ball here, holding that line for this point. Lily Bunn gonna self-dribble there a little bit off the top side there and finds a kill. Scyther uses their flip to grab a power play here for Bunn Bunn Bonanza. Barcode does have their flip available, and we've seen what Asher Goalie has done before. One of the best lockdown goalies in the entire business here, though. Spends the flip, gonna actually hold the line here, though. Block that healing from Scyther. A flip from Liari. He's actually gonna strike both Xianzhu and Barcode for the stun, which is gonna allow that barrier to go down. Liari trying to get their hands on the ball once more. The Fortress is gonna clip that last little donut, which is gonna send the ball straight down the line, right past Barcode, and that was a little bit of a shocker for everyone on board, I think.
Yeah, a really fortunate angle for Lily Bunn there, as now Bunn Bunn are putting themselves 1 goal away from taking this first set, and they do try to do that as swiftly as possible, get 1 barrier down already, but Showtime is ready to answer, get 1 barrier as an answer, as now Scyther 12 in a 1v1 with Barcode. Gonna be difficult to execute though, because again, you said it before, Asher's such a strong lockdown goalie, 1v1s are gonna be incredibly difficult to win out against a pick like that.
Absolutely true, and Scyther is playing that Rasmus, though. I think Rasmus and Kazan might be actually one of the 2 best brawlers to play around these lockdown goalies by themselves, as the hook moves, the hook abilities simply are just so good at like using those strike mix-ups, you know, getting the opposing goalie to like use a strike or use a committal like dash of some sort, and they can just kind of hook the ball back. So I like both of these goalie picks to be fine lockdown, but I also like these brawler picks to play against them.
Yeah, and the midfield picks just being ever present, right? Juno and now doing such a good job with the Blobos and all the mines to just continuously interrupt core and just have it be in beneficial situations for their team, as we see a lot of like back and forth continuously, because it's mainly just Liari and Xianzhu just trying to get the better of each other, trying to get these cores past that midfield line and get into an attacking position. But again, difficult to do that because a lockdown goalie's right behind it, and will just send the core right up again as a beautiful KO actually for Bunn Bunn Bonanza. Will get them a power play here. Joker trying to get the goal in, but cannot find it. Surely Bunn Bunn looking to take his barrier off of Barcode, but as he's still holding on excellently.
Yep, incoming Fortress here, though, onto the top side. Gonna hold the line, but Scyther kind of takes it by themselves here, though. Joker gets the hook almost causes a catastrophe. Scyther staying so close, almost making it happen, but a great defense from Xianzu, and Barcode is going to hold that line too. Liari got their flip ready to go if they can just grab the ball a little bit closer to the goal. Yeah, I mean, that's understandable. Kazan's got a lot of cooldowns, and you do not want to end up spending something into the pop-up there, which would cause a little bit of the end of the goal. Liari gets that flip, but maybe a couple of degrees off of getting the perfect angle, but finds a kill. Nonetheless, though, this power play is going to be big, and Barcode tries to load up the breakthrough, but it was just has too much cast time there. A 3-0 start to this playoff game. Bunn Bunn Bonanza is looking good, and look who is striking the ball just a little bit too much. Lilybun first to grab their awakening, and how much bigger could this Dubu possibly get?
Ooh, a lot bigger. I wonder if it is just simply the size or if we are gonna go to cooldown, but no, it is just gonna be Might of the Colossus. You do have Joker getting a build different here potentially. No, that's gonna fall down to Scyther actually, as the 1-2 punch gets picked up, and that does lean into one thing that I've noticed in that first set, Bunn Bunn Bonanza. They've just been finding edge KOs a lot more consistently, even though we are in a very heavy control game. These pendulum swings, these Friends slings, I think, are just finding KOs, getting these recovery drones out, and then getting power plays on a second KO. And I think that's what kind of led to them finding that convincing 3-0. And I feel like picking up something like a 1-2 punch for Joker can open up the possibility for this Kazan to look for KOs as well.
No doubt on that one, as the Fortress comes onto the top side here, though. At least stalls long enough for Scyther to get some healing, just a second away from being unstaggered. There they go. Lilybun just doing exactly what they need to, right? Moving up when it is imperative for them to do so. Joker tries to use the hook to get past Liari, but we do have Lilybun right behind them to block this barrier completely. Xianzu gonna get their hands on the ball into the top side, but gonna get pendulum swing. The ball's gonna get through, cleared. Scyther trying to beat everyone by themselves, and it was kind of scary. There's a chance that it was a 1v3 situation, could have worked out, but now they find themselves kind of ruined, as they might have overextended directly into the triangulation of the enemy team. But they are completely unstaggered here, though. Just the drone is out. Actually taking a lot more damage here, though. You can see that the team is really spending resources to try and kill Scyther, and it is basically working. Kazan, there might not be a better kill-confirmed single character in the game than Kazan after you are staggered. So a respectable opportunity here for Joker to try to find a kill into Scyther.
Yeah, but he just can't find it. Like, there's so many abilities used, and in the end, the flip even had to be used by Joker there to get this power play going now, and Lilybun doing such a good job waiting that out there to just get as much time back as possible to make sure that Scyther 12 is back on the field. The barrier does drop in the end as the flip comes out from Lilybun, but we're down to, or back to a 3v3 again. Liari now taking a lot of damage, has a flip and doesn't want to be using it without any value, as the goal almost got in, but no, it does get defended by Lilybun, and Liari, again, trying her best to stay alive, uses the flip now, but Xianzu right there to answer it. Still, the attack on Showtime side here, very strong, and the parry does drop. What an angle to be found by Lilybun, as now both sides have open goals, and Barcode needs to use the flip to keep this point alive for the side of Showtime.
Yeah, I mean, another, like, pixel edge clip there from the Tofu Fortress is going to net Lilybun that final barrier and another objective. Just gonna get them experience as well as closer to this goal. But we do have the fight back here from Showtime. They're really pushing in here. Joker and Xianzu, they're really trying to maintain control, but man, the sheer size of this Dubu is really becoming kind of a problem. Even Scyther is also just like kind of out strike warring due to this size. Liari trying to fight from the top side, getting kind of hit a lot, so that glass cannon really is not doing all that much. A flip here from Scyther, gonna try to reinforce it with that pendulum swing, but the ball just goes a little bit too fast to get like a direct like reinforcement there, so Barcode's gonna hit that one away. Lilybun gonna have to grab that speed gate and get on over there, though. Nobody was worried, not even me, as Barcode is gonna hit the ball right on over to Xianzu. Kind of close there, though, as Asher might be out of cooldowns. They finally get a kill here, though. Joker gives Scyther the hook, and now it is a 2v3 situation. Kind of strikes it right as the log hits it. Kind of a situation that Dubu runs into sometimes, right? Where it kind of seems like it goes right through the log, but it's usually because the ball like eats the log on kind of just about the same frame.
Yeah, just really good timing from Joker there to actually find that strike timing and gets the goal. They do get rewarded with one, and they're looking for another one as Scyther 12 down to 1 HP. Has one evade available, but I feel like Joker's probably going to start debilitating dumping on him pretty soon, as actually Barcode's the one to do it. And Scyther 12 are trying to get the attack going down to Stagger, and sure to die here as the flip comes out. Showtime back into a power play situation, and they find themselves a lot more KOs compared to what they did in this very first set, and you can very much see it because they're so much more oppressive in their positioning as well.
Yeah, another big kill there from Joker is going to result them in at least a barrier, right? I mean, they're really not getting a lot, and this could be one of those situations where they're spending a lot of cooldowns getting kills, but not having much to get past this humongous Dubu. Lilybun is really just holding this down here, though, as we have a nice 2v2 on the top side. Joker getting really involved, so incredibly involved that Scyther is actually going to be taken out there. Lilybun not going to move up too far, but definitely going to hold this entire side lane by themselves. This Dubu is enormous, but wow, one great stun is going to result in that final barrier. Scyther does come up in time, though. Make sure that this point does not get out of hand just yet. A couple of blobs here from Liari is going to not do just enough. The Fortress comes out here to foil at anything that Joker had planned here. Not going to go in just yet. Close, though, with that pop-up. Gonna have to get a flip here from Lilybun. Can't risk Strike Warring Kazan there. The really great strike angle from Scyther there is going to get it right through Barcode's barrier beam. And now we have a completely open goal. Oh my god, Liari having the patience of Jesus to not flip there, though. That is pretty crazy.
I mean, did not get punished.
I was afraid.
Get punished now, though. To get punished now. The 1-2 punch overtime for Joker, just sending that core red immediately in closed form. Just difficult to handle, as Dubu has limited range, right? So Showtime now one goal away from taking this second set without dropping a single goal of their own, and another KO. Scyther 12 has a pretty hard time staying alive here. This 1-2 punch just doing such incredible amounts of damage with this Kazan on Joker, and Showtimes they're finding their groove in this game. In the set one, it felt a bit difficult for them to play out, but they're locked in now, and you can definitely see that in the results of this set so far.
Yeah, I do think it was an interesting pick, right? They actually completely forgone all of the size just to get that 1-2 punch, and honestly, it does seem to be working out. You could say size isn't everything for Kazan, but it is kind of a stretch, although 1-2 punch, again, is working out quite well. A lot of damage being dealt from Joker here, especially knockback as well once you were completely staggered. I mean, they just kind of switch their sights onto Scyther, and everyone just kind of smacks him. I mean, even Barcode getting too close to that enemy is going to get you hit, but Scyther got that hook and is going to completely take that final barrier. Now, if we could just hold the line here for 14 seconds, we have a really good chance at scoring here if you are a Bunn Bunn Bonanza fan. Yeah, I should have said Funanza. I messed up, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, it worked, so, you know, they did get the goal in the end. And they do get their attempt at making their way back into the set. However, Barcode has a flip soon and Joker has one already. The other side, Lilybun has a flip and Liari gets close to hers as well. So we'll see who gets more value out of their respective flips here. As, again, a lot of midfield contention from both sides. Flip comes out from Lilybun and does get denied. One barrier down. Joker getting a bit low. Potential to be finding a KO here, but we'll have to see if they can actually do that, because you're limited in your damage output. Again, right? The KOs that Bunn Bunn has been finding were mainly around edges and not through stagger, just through pure knockback. So we'll see if that's going to come into play or not, as a barrier gets taken out on both sides now. Even game state.
Yeah, for the most part, on the edges, I could say for sure. I mean, they could think about getting more damage, right? Kazan does not have a huge health pool, and the Joker, you know, they do have drone, just like everyone else here, but, I mean, with that low health pool, they might be able to find more kills than they think, although currently prioritizing a lot of size, and a nice stun strike there from Shianzu is going to make it so Lilybun's going to have a really tough time with that one, and a 3-1 here for Showtime. They are not even close to done with this game, evening this set up, and now Kazan first to grab this Awakening. We've already seen a lot of damage come out from 1-2 punch. Could it possibly be Adrenaline Super Surge? They might be looking for more damage as well, or get some utility here, Fight or Flight, which is also fair too. Actually, when they cause stagger, they'll get their secondary back too, so that could just be another kill confirm in itself, which is totally fair. Not a lot coming in here for Lily Bunn, although we do have, I mean, I think Aerials is super duper good on Liari. I'd say that that is definitely a power pick for Juno. That just does a lot for her. Scyther not getting too, I mean, Super Surge is completely fine. Barcode Adrenaline Red, I mean, it's not too crazy. Everyone getting kind of average stuff for the most part. But Joker and Liari, I think, are really going to be the winners of that draft.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for the side of Showtime because all 3 Dash Awakenings were in that draft, which made it impossible for you to actually deny Liari a Dash Awakening. And Juno is just so unlocked when she does have that range to be working with on her jumps. Just so much more pressure that can be created through that. And yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but again, you're pretty happy. You get movement speed on the Kazan. You get, I guess, movement speed on now because explosive entrance with the mines are going to be pretty effective as well. But going into this first point, you see Bunn Bunn just being a lot more controlling. They took both barriers already. Showtime very much answering right now, though, trying to take the second one off of Lilybun as well. She also has a flip already. Doesn't use it quite yet, but there the aerials on Juno comes in, almost finds the strike bar win, but Barcode is ready for it and just clears it out cleanly.
Yeah, 2 barriers down here, though. One's still up for Lilybun. Having a tough time of getting it past this Dubu as usual. It's made it a lot easier when they can get a kill onto Scyther, and now they're actually dealing a lot of damage to Xianzhu. Joker might be able to put in some overtime work here, though, with some of these Kazan abilities, and deal some damage right on back. The team is low on energy, although Barcode can't maintain control of that ball while Scyther is there, and they're going to fold right here to Bunn Bunn Bonanza on that point. Could be an interesting situation here, though, with the spark of leadership, though, with Lilybun. I wonder if they'll be able to find some more of those. That could be, you know, it's interesting when one of the characters, when one of the players in the game starts to take sparks, then it just kind of forces some, like, weird denies, and then it kind of takes away, like, it's like if you get a spark of garbage, and then they have to take a spark of garbage, then you just, like, eat 2 awakenings, like, just out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Because they have to deny. Kind of an interesting dynamic when it comes to the drafts later.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. And the thing is, looking at what sparks are still in rotation, you have leadership that's out, and you have... oh, there's another spark in that draft. Was it strength? I think it was strength. But that means you still have some pretty solid sparks in the draft that need to be accounted for in future rounds as well, which, again, can create a little bit difficult situations because you need to give up a really good awakening just to deny one that doesn't really do anything for you. Don't like doing that. Scyther 12 just, by the way, playing out of his mind in the first goal there, finding the angle perfectly past Barcode's flip, and here, the flip into the top bounce, into the pendulum swing, that's rough.
That was a really good top bounce there. Scyther pretty much locked in right here with this pendulum swing, with these angles, with the degrees that we're seeing here, though. Joker's going to steal that one away. We can already see a lot of damage being placed onto Scyther. They've taken out that drone. Joker still has theirs. You can see that Bunn Bunn Bonanza really is not trying to deal a ton of damage. They're focusing a lot of the resources on getting these barriers, and it is kind of working. We see most of these points, the barrier's kind of gone down just about instantly. So the resources, I think, are being spent where they need to. Scyther is running around with their head off, literally trying to get any healing that is available anywhere, and they are going to end up surviving with the assistance of that speed gate. Xianzhu and Barcode do both have flip here, though, and might be able to make a big... They might be able to make a big play if they can get maybe the ball to Joker right in center there and get a double, but it still is just so hard to get the ball past Lilybun here. They also have flip. They can cover every inch of that top lane with flip.
Yeah, did you see Lilybun here? It's just turning into the brawlers, essentially,
Yeah.
because Scyther doesn't have the HP bar anymore, but it's fine, because you're on Night Market, you have a Dubu with insane amounts of size as well, so you can just take over that role as the barriers are completely gone on the side of Showtime, and Liari tries to jump in, tries to find that strike, but doesn't. Joker has a flip and potentially wants to use that pretty soon, because you're in a pretty desperate situation right now. 2 barriers down, not a single barrier taken, and your HP bars are going as well, and the flip doesn't find anything. Showtime in a rough spot, and Bunn Bunn looking to close this out, but they can't. Solid defense from Barcode and a barrier take from Joker up front.
Yep, first barrier here from the side of Showtime. Definitely have one more, and how much difficult is going to be, or how much difficulty is it going to require to get this last barrier out of here, though it took the entire minute into overtime to get that first barrier away. But they also did get Joker's drone. Recovery drone is completely gone out there, so they might be able to find some damage onto this low health Kazan. Scyther gets that flip as well, though, had enough energy with that hook too, but got kind of foiled with the double goalie, although smashes with that maddening descent. That was insane. I'm going to knock back from Joker, and that's what you can just expect here from that 1-2 punch. Wow, Lily Bunn actually ends up keeping that alive, spends the flip just in case, just as an extra little reinforcement, though. Scyther does finally come back here, though, after that time. Xianzhu pass onto the Joker, which is going to get the ball in almost right through into the goal. Triple goalie here, though, from Bunn Bunn Bonanza there. Desperate to get this clear, and Liari jumps on forward to help clear it once again, but the pop-up is going to keep possession for the side of Showtime, although Scyther does have their hands on it. Barcode does have a flip for this defensive situation in case they need it, maybe an offensive situation if they can get a move up here, though, as Bunn Bunn Bonanza doesn't have any flips, so there's no real shocking situations, I think, that are going to occur.
Yeah, not yet at least, because the point is continuous. It's just dragging itself out, right? Both sides are just trying to get an attack going, and that means the energy bars are going to be farmed up, right? Scyther 12 and Liari currently still around half of their bar, but if this point keeps up as it is right now, they're going to find their flip eventually. Liari actually being pretty close to hers right now, trying to farm a little bit there as well, just keeping the core close, trying to get interactions going. But again, both goalies just doing such a good job defensively here, showing us what lockdown goalies can do even in the current meta, and it's just so difficult to get past them, as Liari actually does find it in the end. The blob as well be enough, flip wasn't even needed, and Bunn Bunn gets a set lead now.
Yeah, 2-1 right now here for Bunn Bunn Bonanza. You know, that's just what happens when Juno strikes the ball towards you in primaries. You need like 3 hits to get the ball through that primary. Sometimes it's just easier to pass, but sometimes you just do not have the benefit of being able to pass there, though. Scyther grabbing some more size for this giant Rasmus. Gonna have to make sure they're not too close to these walls. Extra special here, though, from Xianzhu is going to be able to keep those heals going. No Joker is probably not going to find themselves killed at any point, although now the killing is on. Stinger chosen by Joker, who's already dealing tons of damage, and now no regen will basically be happening as this thing stops you from regenerating for just about ever when you were getting hit by this thing. So big awakenings already here taken here from Showtime, although Bunn Bunn Bonanza in advantage when it comes to this set count. The kills might come through, and that will be the deciding factor.
Yeah, big awakenings taken, also literally, difficult word for me.
Yeah.
But because you have every single size awakening in the game, actually, or currently in the game, on Bunn Bunn. Scyther 12 with 3 of them, and Lily Bunn with 2 of them, so yeah, the strike wars are going to be difficult to be playing out there. And what's unfortunate as well for Xianzhu there, he was the second pick, which you really want, right? You're happy to pick that up, but unfortunately the Monumentalist still not shown up in draft yet, I believe, which would be such a strong awakening to help with that midfield control. And now, as Showtime, you're trying to win this set to force a set 5, and if you do, you are likely going to get rewarded with that Monumentalist, which is going to be really good. But winning the set is going to be the difficult part here.
True. It is definitely all on Xianzhu to get pretty far in that draft pick there, though. Nice. Again, the pendulum swing from Scyther has just been so good, especially with the sheer size of it, just being so much bigger with that size. But yeah, I think the positioning here for Xianzhu is going to be important. Lily Bunn could take Monumentalist. Liari could take Monumentalist. We have a couple of creation gamers on the side here, though. They'll probably do a good job of denying that from Xianzhu if they have the choice. But man, Scyther gets kind of slain just about instantly. That drone is nowhere to be found now. A flip from Liari is going to be instantly snuffed out by Barcode, and another one coming out to just try to clear the ball. 1 barrier left here, though. Everyone's kind of focused on getting Scyther. Lilybun's going to try to move up, but still, even on the brink of death, Scyther big enough to impact the board. All right, baiting them to try to use maybe a couple of cooldowns to get that ball, and now gets unstaggered, and not yet. Not unstaggered just yet. Going to be slain by the top spin there. Joker doing their job nicely, as the Stinger is just making things even more difficult to stay alive. But again, we just come into that situation where the team spends cooldowns to get the kill, and then the goalie like Dubu is just impenetrable. It happens all the time, Manslav.
Yeah, it happens all the time, and that's why Bunn Bunn is currently up in sets, right? Because Showtime has such a difficult time getting past that defensive monster that is Lily Bunn. But we'll see. We'll see if there's going to be a bit of a change. The pressure's still very much alive for the side of Bunn Bunn here as they try to get it past Xianzhu and Barcode. But again, also Showtime so good defensively there, as the Juno blow was actually with a beautiful play, incredibly difficult to read, especially with the core speed like that. Liari jumping in and finding the goal, putting Bunn Bunn now 1 goal away from taking this first game.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed there, though, also Lilybun has 205 power and easily red balls that in overtime with simply just striking. So the core speed is going to easily be in Bunn Bunn Bonanza's favor, especially with the Juno as well. Scyther finds himself just about dead once again, but going to be removed from the game for a moment. But that's when Lilybun takes the reins and makes sure that this ball is just staying on the opponent's side of the board. The aerials right there also coming in handy too for Liari. It's doing a whole lot of work. Once again, Scyther stealing the enemy's orb, just walking into the enemy territory constantly. But, I mean, look what's happening. Scyther is getting kind of owned, but, like, Bunn Bunn is taking those barriers no problem. Even holding the line after Scyther's been killed. We'll see it right now here. I bet you. Bunn Bunn is going to hold this barrier here, Liari and Lilybun, and it's just the same thing over and over. See? That's exactly what I said. They're going to take the barrier, and it's just going to be a tough spot here for Bunn Bunn Bonanza.
Was definitely, as you perfectly predicted, and definitely did not find yourself in a cast of curse there, but still, Bunn Bunn looking pretty healthy here. And no, the dash from Barcode not hitting properly. Scyther 12 still would have been there with the pendulum swing to interrupt properly, but the core speed was a bit too much, and Bunn Bunn find themselves a Game 1 win here against Showtime, which is definitely an advantage you're going to be very happy with going into this series.
Yeah, I mean, what a strategy there. It almost felt like Lilybun was just thinking, okay, I'm just going to get, like, all the size, and then I'm just going to get all the power, and then we're just going to have core speed. And it's just, core speed is so good, and, I mean, we've seen it so many games, man, throughout the season, how core speed just steals those barriers. Even Juno, without power in overtime, gets, like, the red ball core speed, and it's like, this will just steal your barrier. This will just shoot that corner shot you just can't reach. And it's like, oh, core speed is just about king. Killing could be king, but core speed is also pretty good. We can see a lot of redirects here, though. Lilybun, queen of redirects for this entire game here, though. Lots of kills being sent over by Showtime, 9 of them, and only 3 here from Bunn Bunn Bonanza. And we just saw Lilybun lock it down with this Dubu, holding that barrier as much as they possibly could. I mean, that game was like pretty actiony. There was a lot going on here, though, and it really was 3 goals. 3 goals in all the same set from Showtime. Not like that was way less than I thought. It felt like it was really back and forth, but Bunn Bunn just had full control. Their clutches were gripped around that neck, and they had it all going for them. And they take the first game nicely, and we will move on to the next one. Sloth, mat me, Sloth.
Give me 1 second, because I did also just happen to forget that, unfortunately. Let me scroll up like just a second and get a little bit more time. Okay, Atlab. It's Atlab.
Ah, yes. The Atlas Lab, everybody. We all knew it was Atlas Lab. We could have guessed. Honestly, this is like picking C on the test, bro. We could have guessed. We would have been right a pretty high amount of the time for Atlas Lab.
Yeah, but I mean, Atlab, it's interesting, right? Because in this last game, I feel like both teams, they did a really good job core controlling and playing into that, right? That's why the game was so long. We were like in that game for like 26 minutes, I think, and it felt very close because the points just were so drawn out. I think very few points didn't go into overtime. So Night Market, that was kind of a handshake of like, we're going to play control and we're just going to see who executes that better. Atlab has the potential to just go, okay, oh, it's heavy impact Deadeye. Oh no. Okay.
Oh, you said heavy impact Deadeye. Oh, okay. Remember when they handshook the last game and they were like, guys, we're going to pass the ball to each other. It's going to be great. We're going to play strikers. Things are going to be just like they were in beta. It's just, well, things might not have been like that in beta, but, you know, we're just going to play ball. But not anymore. We are done playing ball. Incoming Vice, Finny, Luna, I mean, you already know. We talked about this. We've been talking about this not all season, but we talked about this all new patch. It's really just the Vice, Finny, and Luna show, and who's going to get it? I mean, you can only ban one character. Maybe you just ban none of them. Maybe you just ban none of them, and you just play the red side, and you're just like, I'm taking 2. I'm taking 2.
I, I don't know what it like. There's so many like nuclear weapons at your disposal with a start like that. You have Finny, you have Vice, you have Luna, you have Amy, you have Drakkar, you have Zentaro, even Juliet at this point. Like you have X potentially. Like there's just so much. I don't think there is a correct way to go about this. You're just gonna be choosing what's best for you and what you can execute best on. And that's I feel like where I'm a bit worried for Showtime here, actually, because Bunn Bunn bans out the Atlas, which is like the best choice for Barcode to keep his team alive. And Bunn Bunn, I would argue, is going to be better playing this KO gameplay than Showtime. Showtime, again, very, very controlled in the way they're executing it. And I don't know how much you can control in a situation like this. As Erasmus' first pick comes through for Showtime and then Luna pickup coming through for Bunn Bunn, that Luna is going to hurt.
Yeah, maybe this is actually maybe somehow this is a nerf to Vice because if a team picks Vice, they can only get one of these two things. That means they can never get both. So maybe you just let the opposing team have Vice and be like, all right, you're gonna be pretty strong, like really strong, like you're gonna be really fucking strong, but you're not gonna be so nasty. And I don't know. That's fake. Everything I'm saying is basically fake. They're gonna take Luna. They're gonna take Amy, and that's going to be a lot of damage. I mean, man, we had so much fun last game, dude. We were doing strike, strike the ball. I'm striking the ball over here. Now we're just striking players off the map, bro. We got Deadeye and Heavy Impact. Estelle showing up here for Showtime. It's almost certainly going to land on Xianzhu, but what could be left? What's Lilybun gonna play? Are we locking it down? Could we lock it down?
I just feel like
What do we do?
looking it down on these awakenings just feel like so bad. I don't know. It's it's gonna be difficult. You have value in lockdown goalies still, right? But I feel like Barcode does lock in the Asher. Asher with heavy impact still pretty good, right? If you find someone close to the edge, you can find KOs, you can find damage. Barcode has been doing a good job at just pumping out damage last time as well. So it's gonna be possible to do so. But if I'm looking at what Bunn Bunn's playing, man,
Huh.
that's gonna be difficult to play into without just consistently risking yourself to just be taken off the map.
Yeah, certainly we will have our Scyther playing Drakkar. We will have I've seen Liari play Luna. Are we gonna have Lilybun playing Amy? I guess so. I guess so. Let's see. We'll have Barcode. Man, is Barcode really just gonna be like I'm playing Asher? Is he just unplaying Asher into heavy impact Deadeye? I mean, honestly, I respect it. Yo, stick to your guns. Do what you want to do, my man. You just do Barcode. But like, Asher is a totem, and we have Deadeye heavy impact. I'm a little afraid.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out because Asher, obviously, like there's an avenue of just killing her, but Barcode isn't just gonna let that happen, right? Barcode has his evades to work with. He's gonna go pauldrons. I don't remember in what did they remove in the Asher patch recently? Was it the damage reduction? They changed something
Oh,
about Asher, so if it was the damage reduction that is gone, that's going to be a bit more difficult. But he still have pauldrons to be working with. The outfield players that cannot pick pauldrons is what I'm a bit worried about because Joker and Xianzhu, yes, they're in Estelle Erasmus, yes, they can make good use of these awakenings as well. But they're just gonna get ability dumped all the time. Like I don't see a world where they just permanently get shotgunned by Drakkar or Molten Bolted or just eat the entirety of Amy's abilities. It's very difficult for them to execute it. They do have the benefit of a lot of their abilities that are going to be playing on core, hitting enemy as well, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough in this specific matchup.
yeah, I can't say for sure. I have seen some nasty stuff come out of Drakkar though. For the most part, nasty stuff come out of Scyther, and when you just have like nasty squared, you get some disgusting stuff. When you're just like the opponent's team is actually just walking into the Atlas circle by accident, or you're just causing that to happen. I mean, that thing does like 60. No, it does like 40% of your health or something. I don't know. It does a lot of damage. So we'll be seeing a lot of kills here, though. I expect Scyther to be really kind of like the shark in the water and waiting for the injured to just kind of walk past and then just blast them off the board and it's really going to be probably this Estelle that's going to be the #1 kill target here.
Yeah, most definitely Estelle going to be that connecting piece, right? Again, because you have a lockdown goalie and a brawler up front, you do need that midfield to bring the core up to you most of the time. Although Rasmus does do a pretty good job on his own to actually get the core up front, but it's still so much easier if you have the Estelle helping with that. And I agree. Scyther 12 is going like he's almost going to be farming KOs with a heavy impact because it is just so good on Drakkar. You're like, imagine your Drakkar, you're basically just a Julie dash punch with your shotgun like Molten Bolt, but you also have to add a benefit of being able to go invisible before you do it. So the enemy can't even see you coming unless they know you're on your way. Difficult to play into properly. And again, like just the damage output, that's just Luna with a Deadeye. Like, it's Luna Deadeye on her own does so much already.
Yeah.
But there's also the potential that she just gets missile prop, spec, extra special. That just makes it so much worse. So I don't know. It's I think draft is gonna dictate a lot in this game.
I think that's certainly possible. I'm gonna go ahead and say Showtime is gonna have to play really precise around this Atlas black hole here, though. It's going to be probably like everyone's probably going to play ball for the most part until the first person is struck by the orb, and then it's just like, oh, well, I mean, get him. To be honest, get him, because that'll be the kill target. That'll be the trigger in everyone's mind to just be like, okay, we're cyber swiping, we are throwing molten bolts and stuff, and the same could come out here for Showtime. I think that Rasmus and Estelle do like a decent amount of damage. I feel like they are kind of like the poster children for like main core control stuff. So I think they'll still put up a lot of pressure on to what we have here from Lilybun, which is indeed going to be Boots Amy. I mean, Lilybun truly a Boots gamer. Boots Amy, guys. I mean, how many Boots Amy's have we seen in the North American Strikers League? I can't say all that many, but we are interested to see it right now as we're starting off this game here. Barcode certainly grabbing those pauldrons. Lilybun running into the enemy goal strategically to make sure that that thing is nice and cozy. And yeah, we're going to keep this point going here, though, as one barrier goes on down. Honestly, just like BM, to be honest, from Bunn Bunn Bonanza. I mean, they're just like, I don't really need that barrier. And you know what? I'm going to prove it.
Yeah, I mean, it is rough. Probably a little bit unfortunate to start it off with. And the Mon Boots Amy, I do think it's very interesting because it has a lot of potential. Obviously, you can't really use your cyber swipe like you would with an eject button as consistently. However, we've seen Bunn Bunn play so well on rotation, like noticing, oh cool, Lilybun is a really good opening to walk up here and to go help up with a push, and then Scyther falls back or the Ahri falls back. So I feel like if Bunn Bunn plays that rotation as well as they have been so far, the momentum boots can actually come to play. So we'll see how it's going to pan out as one barrier down on both sides again. And the black hole is going to be enough to find a KO. Power play now in favor of Showtime. Liari now holding the defensive line there. Has a flip available for herself as well, as the shotguns is going to be enough, and flip still ready. It doesn't get it past Barcode, though. Again, Asher being such a good character, dealing with flips as well with that primary. Just so difficult to get it past.
Yep, flip here from Lilybun is going to actually result in 1,000,000 damage. Gonna get completely staggered there from Xianzhu and slain by Joker, although the flip and the weight from Scyther is going to cause a goal there. Barcode simply cannot cover every single option, though. Just has to hope that Xianzhu just happens to have the strike at the right time and is going to block mid first. Not first, but well, first point for a Bunn Bunn Bonanza there, though. Yeah, keep your eyes on this momentum boots. I mean, honestly, getting around the board is really important for every single situation. Speed is continuously the best stat, I think, in this game for the most part. And it's going to be shown here, though, as this Boots is going to make an impact, even for Amy, as Scyther does come back here from the grave. Combo onto Joker from Liari is going to completely vaporize Joker with the assistance of this glitch pop. I mean, that was a 3-hit KO clean onto that Rasmus there. So Bunn Bunn Bonanza is certainly ready to deal the damage, even though for the most part, I kind of know them as the core control team, but they are kind of smashing right now.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job just getting these abilities out, contesting core while hitting the enemy, which makes it so difficult. Again, Joker down to 1 HP, taken out by the black hole there. Unfortunate. As now Scyther 12 is going to walk up on Shionzu and Barcode here. They do try to set themselves up, but the piercing shot will actually interrupt. Getting a lot of valuable time for Showtime here, as Shionzu uses the flip as well. Scyther 12 now almost being taken out, just barely not enough power on Joker there, as Liari is trying to set herself up to maybe dash this goal in, and does find it. Being so smart about it as well, not using the strike immediately after the dash, but knowing that Shionzu is very likely going to try to strike it through her, holding her strike until Shionzu does do that, and then scoring off of it.
Yeah, that was a great delay there, though. Just a good play. You know, patience, taking our time, making sure that we have all of the aspects accounted for there, as the Firewall Sentry is going to make things a little really awkward for that bottom goal. Joker's going to steal that one away, but not going to grab a barrier as it sends it right in between. Lilybun going to move up here with that Cyber Swipe, although Barcode's got the cooldowns for it. Lots of damage taken on to Scyther, though almost staggered. Now completely staggered. Shionzu is as well. Joker's low health. I mean, it's kind of a bloodbath, but it's not nearly as a bloodbath as I thought it could be. Well, we haven't even had any awakenings yet, so I'm not going to even say that. Shionzu almost completely taken out here, though. Joker trying to 2v... Oh my god. Okay. I need Lilybun to just, like, send me a message and said I did that on purpose, because actually redirected it with the edge of the black hole there. I mean, excuse me? Excuse me. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit unfortunate because they saw Scyther 12 at the bottom trying to get a kill on Shionzu, and Barcode moved down to assist it, maybe taking out Scyther 12 for being greedy like that, but in turn, Showtime got punished for being greedy for a KO because Barcode just couldn't get up in time anymore. But here, awakenings are coming through. We do have a few damage awakenings, a few size awakenings being picked up as well, as the 1-2 punch finds its way onto Shionzu with heavy impact, as Estelle is going to do a lot of damage now, especially if she does find multiple hits on you. Fight or flight, not to be underestimated either, though, because Scyther 12 is going to be faster now, and that's always scary. You said it yourself as well. Speed is just so strong, and the fight or flight pickup on a Drakkar, yeah, could be a bit rough to be dealing with, just because he's going to be ever present with shotgun and just movement speed at this point as well.
Facts. Movement speed never stops being insane, and a nice kill there once again from Scyther. It's going to result in a big old power play there. Not even losing possession of the ball there too. Liari now has it onto the bottom side. Going to get reinforced here by Lilybun just a little bit. Keep some cooldowns for Liari, and we did see Liari pick up Super Surge. I think with Deadeye Super Surge, it might actually make the ball red before overtime with her secondary, but we shall see in a couple of moments here. Maybe not, maybe a couple 14 seconds or so, as they're going to get a kill onto Liari. Lilybun going to keep that one alive here with that Cyber Swipe. Scyther trying to make it happen onto Joker, who was completely aware of what was going on. A nice flip angle there from Lilybun, almost soloing the entire game there, though, but at least stalling long enough for the teammate to come back. Liari is now on board. Nice passing plays here, though, from Joker and Shionzu, but don't make it happen just yet. Scyther reinforcing Liari onto the top side there. Lilybun going to take the bottom, using the orb to actually hold the line. Mega stall there from Scyther, but we do have a lot of defensive capabilities here from that Asher, and Scyther, oh, blocks the down clear with that Molten Bolt. Pretty perfectly precise shot. That's Scyther 12 right there, guys.
Yeah, what a read as well, right? Because instinctively you would think that Shionzu was going to try to clear up there because Barcode's right there with him, but goes for the down clear, and Scyther 12 reads that perfectly as a power play now coming out for Bunn Bunn. Barcode did find the clear out, and they do get a barrier in turn, actually, now. Joker being back on the field as well, but immediately being met with a Luna ultimate. Barrier does drop now. The pressure from the Drakkar shotgun's just being a bit too much, and the HP bars are just gone. Shionzu taken out. Lilybun a bit low herself, but she can just stay back while Liari and Scyther 12 are going to get this goal very likely. Flip comes out. Barcode not there. Doesn't have the abilities nor the strike. And Bunn Bunn 2-0 in the second set, and they're looking comfortable. They're looking real comfortable this game.
Yeah, Bunn Bunn came to play. Like, they are actually just kind of on another level, at least for this start of the game, doing so well in all of these situations. Set up the Firewall Sentry onto the top side. A lot of damage being taken by Bunn Bunn Bonanza, though. Gonna use the Crater Maker to at least open up a spot there. Scyther not stopping the determination of this Lizard, is gonna get that one through. Man, the shotgun is so good. Even more cooldowns coming out, dealing damage to Xianzu. Joker completely staggered Lilibun, keeping that barrier alive as well. Barcode gonna have to spend some cooldowns as well just to hold the possession. Lilibun taking a lot of damage here, though. Has this flip, might be able to make it work. Gonna spend it to deal a little bit of damage to Joker and try to keep them staggered, as they are now completely staggered. A double hit possibility. Yes, it does actually happen here for Showtime. All of that, and now we have only zero barriers left. Like they're trying to get some stuns onto Barcode to get the ball on through. It's not gonna work out just yet. 2 more seconds for the respawn, but the team collaboration, Scyther and Liari, are just locked the heck in right now, guys.
Yeah, really well played. They realized that Barcode's going to be locked at holding that top angle, so Scyther just dribbles the ball for a little bit and waits for Liari to get in place, and then together they force it through Xianzu. Obviously, they still not having all of that crazy, or a lot of possibilities defensively there, as a prize fighter is going to be picked up for Scyther 12, and if the game continues as it has been, that's going to be stacked rather fast. Hotshot for Barcode is very helpful, obviously, with cooldowns, with core speed, getting it over on the map like Atlab as well, where you can find funny little double barrier angles. So we'll see how that comes into play, but I feel like overall, you also have a timeless creator on Lilibun now. That's going to help with pressure. I think even though the awakenings are decently even, Bunn Bunn's still just better off in total.
I could agree with that one here, though, and I mean, we haven't stopped having Boots Aimi yet, so it's like we're really seeing it work out. Nice stun from Xianzu, is actually going to steal both barriers, although Scyther does find the kill onto Joker. Another power play situation, trying to give the ball to Liari for another kind of sneaky situation here, possibly with that boost. Trying to maintain possession of the ball onto the bottom side, but Barcode smashes it out. Like you said, the core speed from Hotshot was just enough to get it on through. Lilibun not only can't get there in time, but spends their secondary as well, so that'll be on cooldown too. I mean, pretty nice win out there for Showtime.
Yeah, most definitely, and the Black Hole almost immediately being taken out. Barcode does not want to be messing with that variety there, as one barrier does drop on the side of Showtime. Barcode's gonna be there to answer it, and Xianzu just being hunted down by this prize fighter. Drakkar, but a beautiful redirect from Joker together with that flip, gets a double barrier. Now Showtime looking to get this goal as well, as the turret comes out and the defense is still strong. Xianzu, unfortunately, gliding around there a little bit, but yeah. The game state's still pretty even. A lot of damage onto Joker again. Scyther 12 down to staggered as well, so who's going to find the KO first? The evade comes out from Joker, but still no one finding the edge there. As the barrier gets taken, Lilibun with a beautiful take there, but a power play and an even better pendulum swing off of Joker just completely denies Lilibun any kind of defense there.
Yeah, really good stun combination there from Showtime. Certainly going to make it so Lilibun can't go anywhere. Scyther still at 1 stack here of prize fighter. See if they can get some more of these kills. Liari smashing it again. Yeah, indeed. Before overtime, just these 2 awakenings will be enough to give you that core speed to get it on through. Glitch Pop, once again, to give it over to Liari. A flip all the way into the corner is going to be kind of a back pass there. Kind of a flip and dip situation, but... oh, actually huge kill onto Xianzu. That a full bar of energy stacked there. Now Liari trying to get their hands onto this ball. Scyther 12 certainly going to be up a little bit quicker than Xianzu. If they could just get the ball past this barcode, they cannot do it. Asher, lots of defensive capabilities, continue to hold the line. Scyther just, man, pushing in as much as they can, even though they're taking an entire health bar of damage. Lilibun also trying to get in there, though, but man, you can see this is like a lot of defense from the team. Xianzu is really helping Barcode with this defense. And once again, this power play shows up. Double power play shows up. Great passing play, but Barcode actually makes the decision to hold that flip in this 1v3, which is completely fair. Holding the flip can definitely be used to get a double barrier here. But man, Bunn Bunn looking good, but Showtime is really fighting this next step back. I mean, look, he eats the thing, is just not trying to let the team take damage. I mean, I get that.
I mean, it's incredibly valid because you have pauldrons, right? If anyone should be doing it, it's probably going to be you. It's a little bit unfortunate because you're using your secondary for it, but if you can make sure you do have core control, you're not going to be missing it out too much. As again, damage gets found at a heavy impact coming through. Barcode with the KO there. Power play for Showtime now, and they're finding themselves a little bit more confident in this game. They find the control and they're just playing so well, get a third goal and a set win for themselves. Now the question is, what are you looking for in this Awakening draft as you have Xianzu on the first pick?
Barcode nicely scanning themselves into the next set here, though. We got Xianzu grabbing our first Awakening Primetime. Estelle's certainly going to be her best move. Going to get 2 of them, which is going to be pretty great. Lily Bunn, big decisions to make here. Team player, which is totally valid as well. I mean, I would love to get team player here as well. Going to be an extra special deny, most likely, from Liari. It's going to let Scyther have peak performance, get some size, steal that one away from Rasmus. But, you know, I have seen some cool stuff with with specialized training on Rasmus. I mean, that's a lot of damage that we can see from Joker, even as Stinger. I didn't even know they had Stinger, I'm not going to lie. But now that I'm seeing it, Joker could be the best damage dealer in this entire game, except for the part where, you know, kind of have Luna.
Well, yeah, there's a few characters that have a lot of damage output as well, but Joker definitely has opportunities to find KOs, because keep in mind as well, specialized training Rasmus, you don't even need to have the enemy low. If you're just playing around the edge and position yourself nicely, just base knockback might already be enough to get someone dead on the edge. But we'll see if that's going to come into play or not, as one barrier is down on both sides now. Scyther 12 still keeping up this pressure on this Drakkar, doing such a good job at it as well, but not finding the second barrier, as Bunn Bunn is now back on defense, but they find the angle out. That Asher ultimate, sad boys, that Asher ultimate is going to come into play as well, actually, because that extra special, together with the fact that Barcode does have like a pretty strong ultimate on Asher on the baseline, that can make the difference with some barrier takes, because Lilybun isn't going to have an easy time defending against that solid wall being thrown at her.
Could definitely agree with that one here, though. Scyther might be able to make something happen here, though, although the piercing shot from Xianzu is going to steal that final barrier, and they're not going to die for it. Right on through the center. That's the 7-10 split. Well, it's like you didn't want to hit the 7 or the 10, so you went right through them. Understandably. Nice shot there from Joker. Yeah, that's a 7-10.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you have a lot of energy now for Bunn Bunn, though, by the way, which is very scary if you are Showtime. But you do find a double barrier there. Beautiful piercing shot from Xianzu will actually be the difference maker there. As Scyther is going to try to make use of this flip. The time is creator, Amy ultimate coming out. 2 flips being used, 1 KO. Xianzu low HP as well. But the defense still holds up. Showtime being so efficient with this, as Xianzu on basically no HP, and Barcode not there in time, unfortunately. So evening out this current set 1-1, and 2 sacks on Scyther 12, which could snowball a lot harder depending on how the rest of the set is going to go.
Yeah, big opportunity here from Scyther to get even more damage and just become that much more. I mean, damn! That's okay. Everyone just taking 1 million damage. Liari completely staggered instantly. Xianzu kind of running for their life towards the corner, gets sniped by the whammy as well. And damn! Oh my. Okay, guys. Xianzu didn't do anything wrong. Although being on the enemy team might be just tyranny enough to get yourself killed. Lots of time wasted here, though, on this power play. But man, Liari is not done sending out those whammies. I mean, it really hasn't been like, oh, Liari getting all this damage, but they've had Deadeye from the start, so every move that they use has been insanely powerful. Lilybun cannot hold the line against Xianzu and Joker here, though, as Liari kind of books it with that boost, but repays the team by getting that final barrier here. Scyther and Liari can make it happen with this flip, really close to the barrier, spends it instantly, though, which is, I mean, it's all mix-ups, either way. Can't say that any of these shots were wrong when it comes to flipping right on top of the goal, and a nice kill from Scyther is going to make things even more difficult here for Showtime, unless they get kind of a cheeky core control, sorry, not core control, but core speed shot there. Kind of like that, like a piercing shot would do it.
Yeah, but the defense from Lilybun is still there. The flip does come out, and the dash from Liari would have actually saved that, but a beautiful pendulum swing from Joker just interrupts that almost immediately. A point lead now from Showtime, but they do need to be careful. Scyther 12 up to 4 prize fighter stacks, up to the max here. So this Drakkar is going to hurt. She also doesn't have an HP bar. I don't think it's long for this world. Taken out almost immediately, as now Bunn Bunn are looking to take the second barrier. They do find it with another dash, with another shotgun, and didn't even have to use the flip there. Liari just gets it past Joker and Barcode. Showtime just being completely ran over, as Bunn Bunn put themselves 1 goal away from taking this series 2-0.
Yep, Bunn Bunn is looking good right now. Scyther getting an incredible amount of kills with all of these prize fighter stacks. Xianzu certainly attacking from range now. Gonna try to hold this center to avoid any kind of doubles. Clearing it out quite nicely there. Liari, the one to take a whole lot of extra damage. Gonna clear the ball over to Scyther, who is going to stall out a little bit of cooldowns here, though. Try to get some control of this ball as Lilybun, it might actually move up and make it happen. Well, you can see Joker actually avoiding the spawn of the black hole, which is kind of possibly crucial here, as we've seen so many kills being spent. Scyther really is just kind of dribbling here, that maybe looking for a little bit more energy to get this flip. Liari gets kind of sniped there and loses one of these barriers. I mean, this is a huge point here, though. This is a huge point in this set. This is Showtime's chance to bring it back. Scyther ends up getting a flip, gets the kill, although we do have Lilybun out of here, though, from Xianzu. A 2v2. The piercing shot comes in, but it's not in an angle to get the ball. Neither is that arrow shot. Oh my god, so clutch. Scyther ends up evening this one up. The power play is now on the side of Bunn Bunn Bonanza, and we're going to continue this point here, though. Can Joker make it happen with Barcode? The Atlas thing spawns again, but oh, the force speed. Oh, it's just too fast for Barcode. Liari with that redirect is going to send Bunn Bunn Bonanza in further into the winning bracket here against Showtime. Well-deserved. Bunn Bunn came out, they played, and they rocked.
Yeah, towards the end, the damage, again, it was just a bit too strong. The KOs were being found. If you look at the comparisons as well, you have a total of 18 KOs on the side of Bunn Bunn against the 7 from Showtime, which is, to be fair, more than I would have expected out of the comp that Showtime has. But the core speed was just too difficult to deal with. Barcode on the Asher pick doesn't have the mobility to make up for that bounce in the end, which is a bit unfortunate. But again, both teams really strong showing, but this time around, Bunn Bunn just edged them out a little bit. And yeah, I mean, they just had so much pressure, right? They had so much like damage pressure consistently, and that's kind of the threat of certain picks here as well. It's not even about actually executing on the damage, it's more so about having the potential to do it, which just changes how Showtime needs to play this completely, right? Scyther 12, I think he got a few good KOs on the edge, but it wasn't like always happening. Quite often it came through stagger as well, but just having that Rekar with heavy impact disallowed Joker and Xianzu from playing around the edge completely, which obviously makes it a lot more difficult to pilot this team comp.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Scyther, oh man, surprising amount of like threat that the Jakar ends up putting on, right? I mean, we've seen Jakar on Amy's app, and you know, oh, okay, Jakar on Amy's app, you know, this is a problem, whatever. But I mean, we're on Atlas Lab, and we have Luna with Deadeye, and that's like what you're focusing on, right? Like, you're thinking, like, I have to have evades for this Crater Maker, bro, and if she hits me with this whammy, things are going to be so bad, and it's like, I might just take a couple of extra hits from this Amy turret, but it's like, I have to dodge this Luna. And then just out of nowhere, Jakar just has 4 stacks of Prize Fighter and becomes this, like, also colossal force to try to deal with, and that is just where a lot of the kills ended up coming from. A really good combination for this team damage that we have seen, and Bunn Bunn Bonanza played that comp well. I mean, Boots Amy. What could I say? I mean, Boots Amy really actually ended up making it happen. We saw the Boots really come in handy, and we saw the Boots kind of have their shortcomings a little bit there. You know, you push up, and then the ball kind of, if it gets past you at all without secondary, you really can't do anything about it. But using the speed to just about the best use that they could, I would say that that was a fine pick. And that, on that note, that will do it for you and me, Sloth. That was actually such a sick combination of sets there for this playoffs, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, most definitely. And as much as it's a bit boring, right, the seeding holds true for now. Bunn Bunn and Hog are going to meet each other in the winner finals, but we have more games coming up, and that's the loser side of things. And I believe the next matchup is going to be Return to Form against EKC, so that's going to be very exciting. And even Showtime Dubu, like it's going to be great. A lot of great OS being played today, that's for certain.
Yeah, so do not go anywhere, guys. We will continue our playoffs in a few minutes. We always got to get our players loaded up into the lobby, getting those maps and characters picked out. So we'll be back once again in a few minutes with some new casters, and you will continue your day in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Tenacious by time. fight. Hungry like that you.